Hi there. Are you a business owner or a professional in the sales and marketing arena who's looking to improve their processes? Well then, let me suggest to you one area of refinement: customer segmentation. Customer segmentation is a lot easier said than done. Let me start with explaining why customer segmentation is important. Customer segmentation helps you understand your audience better. You may come back to me and say, why is this still important? The reason for that is, if you were to approach every single customer individually and handle their expectations towards your product and services, your sales and marketing teams will be out of bandwidth. They will not be able to handle the situation. A better way is to group these customers into behavioral groups, or set of customers who have similar patterns towards your products and services. Now these customers, since they exhibit the same trends or same behaviors, it is much easier for you to approach them and to help your sales and marketing teams' efforts to be more streamlined. What are the lines along which you will divide your customers into groups? In a more technical parlance, this is referred to as what is your customer segmentation variables. There are a few variables, for example, behavioral variables, demographic variables, and even psychographic variables. Some of the behavioral variables is based on how customers interact with your products and services. For example, the way they react to certain parts of your website or your physical product. Right? So they may like certain web pages, or they may like certain features of your product. Now those are very much into the behavioral characteristics of that customer. You can divide your customer base based on these behavioral variables. Another variable range is the demographic variables. Now these variables are very classic. For example, age of the customer, location, geographic location where they come from is another variable. There are many more variables like this which are dependent on the demographics of the customer. The last set of variables is called the psychographic variables. Now these are very specific psychological variables for a customer. For example, there could be customers who don't like the color green, or if you are from a retail environment, there are certain customers who don't like bright colors or certain airy conditions within your restaurant. There are many different psychographic or psychological characteristics by which you can also divide your customers. Each of these variables are important, and they will help you divide your customers in the way they interact with you and the way your sales and marketing teams can respond to these customers. Another segmentation technique for customers is based on something called an RFM analysis: recency, frequency, and monetary analysis. Recency is based on how recent the customer made a purchase. Frequency is the number of purchases the customer has made within a small time period. And monetary is the actual amount of value for each purchase a customer has made. Now this classification, the RFM classification, gives you how the customer behaves based on transaction data. This is a very specific type of behavior, and it's a very specific way of segmenting customers. So RFM analysis is an important part of your customer segmentation journey. Once you have segmented the customer, once you have created or understood all the variables that can break up your entire audience, make sure you write this up as a short description. Now this description is commonly referred to as a buyer persona. A buyer persona describes exactly how the customer behaves along a variety of different segmentation variables, like the ones I mentioned earlier about behavior, recency, frequency of purchase, geographic, psychographic. Any of these variables you can use, or other variables you find, can be used to describe a particular group of customers within a segment. Keep in mind, this segment is also referred to as a buyer persona. Make sure you make it as descriptive as possible because it describes how this customer will behave with your brand or product along a variety of different parameters. Hi, I am Dr. John Matthew, your sales analytics coach. I am part of Business Clinic. I've been consulting and teaching sales and data analytics for many years now and across 3 continents, North America, Europe, and Asia. If you are interested in to know further about sales or data analytics, please do get in touch with me. I'd love to have a chat with you. The contact information and details are in the link below.